Hi everybody. Okay, so now I'm gonna do a video on the foundation routine. So I start off with the Glorious Face Primer, Face and Eye Primer. I don't really put this on my eyes because I like the eye primer that I have instead. So I use this oh my gosh, you don't use very much at all. Like about that much. Literally smaller than a pea, honestly. And you just warm that in your fingers. I just take these two fingers right here, warm that product up, and then I just pat it into the skin. You want to pat it, not rub it. I mean, you do rub it after you actually pat it in, but you're going to pat that into the skin and then rub it on. And I let it set for a good 30 seconds, 30 to 45 seconds before I do my foundation routine. And as that's sitting, I'm going to go ahead and talk about the foundation that I have. Sorry, it disappeared for a second. I have the Liquid Touch foundation, and this is for oily skin. The reason why it's for oily skin is because after it sets, it's going to turn to a powder. So if you have any dry skin, especially if anybody has dry skin patches around their nose, it's going to actually collect and the dry skin is going to appear more visible. So if you have that problem, Younique has a product that'll work better for you. It's actually their cream compact foundation or their BB Flawless cream. So with the foundation, what you want to do is before you shake it up, you want to dispense all the product out of the dropper, because anything that's collected in the dropper has probably it's got sediment in it and it's settled down to the bottom and everything has become watery. So you want to get that out, put that back into the bottle, then shake it really well. So I'm going to shake that. Now I have two colors. The reason why is because I self tan, and this velour is just a little bit too light for me. I'm just learning, so it's been a little hard to color match myself in the beginning, especially where I was in between colors. So I have two colors, and that kind of works for me because I can just basically mix them together. Again, I'm going to get all this product out of the darker color, shake it up, and then I'm ready to go. So what I use is the Younique Liquid Foundation brush. And the reason why I like this brush is, first off, I've tried my other foundation brushes. They don't work as well with this foundation. This really helps to buff out. It's got a circle in the middle. It's kind of indented. These are really, really soft bristles, and they really help to get that foundation blended into the skin really, really, really well. And you end up not having to use as much product. So that's great. So I'm going to start off with my lighter color. And I'm going to probably put, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Basically 5 drops there. And on the darker, I'm not going to use much at all because I am pretty light right now. Have not been out in the sun, have not done any of my self-tanning lately. That's going to change tonight. And I'm going to do probably just 2 drops right in the middle of the dark. So, as you can see, got that ready. And I'm just going to dab this all over my face. I'm trying to use the camera as a mirror, so I'm going to look down here. I know that looks like a lot, but it's really not a lot of product at all. A little bit goes a long way with this stuff. Really long way. So you're going to just lightly blend this out in circular motions all over your face, into your hairline, under your neck, down your neck, even at your ear. Don't forget your chin. And just blend that until it disappears and it looks like skin. And I stay away from my eye area because I'm going to use the concealer in just a second. I don't want to double up on the makeup. I don't want it to appear cakey or anything like that. So just trying to completely blend this in. Looks a little light in these lights, but it's actually a pretty good match in natural light. Okay. All right, so that is done. Now I'm going to do concealer, and I'm just going to take a concealer brush here. Where did you go? Oh, there you are. Okay, so then I'm going to do concealer. Gosh, I should have prepared better. All right, so I've got the Mineral Touch Skin Perfecting, and the color that I'm using is actually, I do believe, Velour. Yes, it's Velour. You do not have to use very much on this product at all. I'm literally, you can put the back of your hand, but I don't want to dirty it up. So I'm just going to use the tiniest, teeniest bit, as you can see there. And I'm going to create basically like a triangle to try and get rid of these purple marks. And the purpose for the triangle is because you want this whole area here to appear lifted instead of droopy. With a dark circle, what it's doing is it's making your eye appear very droopy. So you don't want that. You want it to appear lifted. And this is the trick that I use to make sure that it looks like that. And I go ahead and I take it across the eye just to brighten that up as well. Now I don't blend it completely with this concealer brush. I just kind of get the product patted on in the right direction. And then I take my damp beauty blender and I just pat that in gently until it all disappears with my skin. That's that. I'm getting around my nose so I don't have any makeup collection down there. Okay, so as you can see, the big difference, that with and without, it helps it to completely disappear. Again, I'm using just a tiny bit, creating a triangle shape. The stool is making crazy noises. I swear it's not me. And again, I'm just using this brush to just kind of map out where the concealer needs to go. And then I'm going to use my beauty blender to blend it all out. And then I'll do one last step and we will be done with our foundation routine. I just blend it until there's no creases. Now, before your makeup creases, this is the last step that I use for my foundation. I'm using, I don't have any pressed powder, loose powder from Younique yet, so I'm going to use my Airspun. This stuff is cheap and I love it. I literally just put some into the base of the lid here. It makes a mess. That's the only thing I can't stand about it. I use the flat edge, I know it's disgusting, of my beauty blender, and I pack it down with powder. Don't worry, you're not going to look cake face after I'm done with everything. But I just basically tap off the excess, and I use that to set this under eye area. I'm basically what they call baking. I know a lot of people are saying, oh, that trend is done. For me, it works for my eyes. I'm starting to get aged, and this is the only thing that I can do that keeps me from getting crease. So I use it and I do it. I take whatever's left on the brush or on the sponge and I just basically pat any areas that I have oiliness, which is my T-zone, around my nose and on my chin. So that is done. Now, what I do is I complete my whole entire makeup. After I'm done, I take a light fluffy brush and I just basically brush away any excess powder. So we'll do that as we go on in the next videos. Thanks for watching.